everyone, and welcome to my first half of May pickups. There's a little bit here, but I think I will be expecting a lot in for my second half of the month, just because again, that same Madman, which is a licensor here in Australia, decided that it's going to stop actually releasing manga, which to me made sense because I didn't really think that a lot of people bought directly from them now that places like Book Depository and that are so popular. So to get rid of their old stock, they had a 60% off sale, just immediately following their 50% off sale. So I picked up some stuff there, but the majority of what I got is still on its way. So that's something to look forward to next video. Also, just as a quick little update or whatever, I am going to be doing a top 10 manga list for my 1-year anniversary here on the channel. And following that, I'm also going to be doing a top 10 anime list because of my 500 subscribers. I'm not quite there yet, but I believe by the time I get around to it, I will be. So yeah, that's just thanks to you guys for really supporting me this past year. I never thought I'd get this kind of popular in such a short time, relatively speaking. So yeah, it's really exciting, and I hope you enjoy those. I don't necessarily think there'll be popular opinions on what the top 10 is, but it's my opinion, so I hope you're interested in that somewhat. But anyway, I'll just get straight on to what I actually got this month. And I'm going to start with anime. There's only a couple things here, so that'll go quickly, and then we can focus on the manga. So first of all is the just regular edition of the Blu-ray version of Fullmetal Alchemist. I am waiting actually to see how Anime Limited's Ultimate Edition looks, because I am quite interested in that one. But I went ahead and picked this up just because, if you don't know, Funimation is losing a lot of their licenses for a lot of series. They've already lost Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, so, and Fullmetal Alchemist, just the original 2003 series, is losing its license in the next month or so. So I just wanted to pick it up just in case, so I would have an opportunity to own it, whether or not I'll really, I don't know, get the UK version or not. So yeah, I'm just glad that I managed to get this for a pretty decent price on Amazon Canada, so that's pretty good. And secondly is another Funimation series, or release, I should say, and that is Black Butler, Book of Circus. This is the newest season, technically season 3, but this is a proper adaptation of the manga arc, Book of or the Circus arc. I'm not a huge fan of the Black Butler anime adaptations, but they're alright. I prefer the manga for this show, but this season wasn't bad. You can see it's a digipack, which is quite unusual for Funimation, but they are trying to get into kind of a more premium release with some of their series. So this is one of the first that they're doing. Eden of the East was another one. So yeah, I think it looks pretty nice for a series that is pretty good. It's certainly more reflective of the show or the series as a whole than some of the earlier seasons of Black Butler. So yeah, I'm happy to have that in my collection. But yeah, so next is manga, and I'm actually going to start off with Manhwa, so Korean manga. And this is a series that I'm not actually up to date with, but I have several volumes, or my sister actually has several volumes. And I saw these for very, very cheap at on a local bookstore website, so I decided to get them because they were cheaper by about like $10-12, which is a lot. So yeah, and that is volume Bride of the Water God, volume 14, volume 15, and volume 16. So we're missing volume 13. We have 1 to 12, and then volume 17 is the most recent, but it does kind of bring us up to date. Almost, we do need, like I said, we still need 13, but I'm not in a huge rush to get it, just because neither of us have really caught up with this manhwa in this series. But it is good to just have these volumes, and it's such a good deal. The annoying thing, of course, with these, if you own them, Dark Horse, they release them very, very slowly, but also they've had like a couple design changes, most notably the spine here, as you can see. Rather than having this logo at the top like they did with the other ones, they just decided to not. So it puts the whole spine out of balance for 14, but every copy I've seen with it, with volume 14, is the same. So it's all been the same printing, and they haven't really fixed or changed it, so there's not much you can really do. You just have to kind of suck it up and live with the annoyance that is the mismatched spine for 14. Next is the most recent volume, volume 4 of Requiem of the Rose King, by Io Kano. I really, 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 really love this series. If you're not reading it, you definitely should be. It's so good. I really enjoy it. The art itself is fantastic, and it's just so intriguing. It's a little bit like, well, it's based off of Shakespearean plays, The War of the Roses, that sort of thing. So if that kind of interests you, you should try it. Kano is very, very good at what she does. If you've read her other series, Ottoman, this is a lot more dramatic and serious than that series, but it still has her kind of sense of story. But yeah, it's 4 volumes in. I'm absolutely loving it, and I can't wait for more. Next is volume 24 of Kimi ni Toroke. I feel like I've read the stuff in here before, but I don't know why, because I don't think I've read this. Maybe I've just seen stuff around, and so it's familiar, but I don't know. Very good point, very good part of the story. It's been 1 year since they started dating, within the story, obviously. So we're back to the cultural festival. So their last year as doing that and kind of enjoying themselves. It's a great part of the story. It does focus a lot on Sawako and obviously Kazuhaya. So yeah, it is a shift from the other, the most recent volumes, and focusing more on our main couple. And there's some things going on, of course. With the end of the year comes, graduation, and wondering what we're gonna do and how things are gonna work out. So it ends kind of on a cliffhanger, but I'm sure that the characters will work it out. It's not that dramatic, but like always, Kimi ni Toroke is always really sweet to read. Very heartwarming sort of series, and it's nice to see how it's wrapping up. I don't know how much longer it's going to last, but you can really kind of see the end in sight with this one. So yeah, volume 24. I know volume 25 comes out in a couple months, so you're not going to be waiting too long to see what happens with the next volume. Next is Blue Exorcist volume 15, kind of wrapping up Izumo's arc, and yeah, Blue Exorcist is really good. If you like the anime, I do recommend you try the manga. It is different, but Kato really does a great job with her characters and the story and the art. It's all just really exciting and just really good. So yeah, Blue Exorcist. It's a good little shonen series for what it is. Next is some stuff I picked up in the sale. Just a few little things. And first off is volume 1 and 3 of My Hero Academia. So these were only, I think, $6 each, so I had to get them. I have wanted this series for a long time, so I'm glad that I was able to get a pretty decent price for it. And if you're enjoying the anime, definitely check out the manga. It is kind of a slower adaptation, so it takes, I think they're just now at the end of the first volume with the series, so there is a lot more to read and enjoy. So yeah, if you're liking the show, definitely try the manga. And I think the art style and everything is captured very well by Bones, so yeah, that's always fun. And another thing I got from the sale was Death Note 13 How to Read. Obviously nothing too special about this. It's kind of like a extra info, interviews, and it's got the pilot manga in the back there as well. It's not essential to, having when you're a fan of Death Note, but it's just kind of another thing for the collection. I've kind of been wanting one for a long time, but this was cheap in the sale, so I decided to get it. And so now I have the entirety of Death Note, if you want to call this like an extra or part of the main series, I guess. Then we have the most recent volume of What Did You Eat Yesterday, Volume 10 by Fumi Yoshinaga. Again, always fantastic with her series. Lots of stuff happening in this. Obviously, huge focus on food. So don't read this if you're dieting, because everything looks and sounds amazing and delicious. But yeah, just kind of typical with What Did You Eat Yesterday, sort of things happening in life, new haircuts, parents in the hospital, all sorts of job, promotion stuff. It's all very good, and hopefully you guys try it, because it is a very kind of down-to-earth slice of life series. And I didn't mean to knock the camera, so I apologize. But yeah, looking forward to the next volume. Next is the second and final omnibus of Planetes by Makoto Yukimura. If you're a fan of his other series, Vinland Saga, you should definitely try this if you're a fan of space and kind of space travel. Then you should definitely try it. This is fantastic. Great quality printing, color pages, everything else. Yeah, Planetes to me, I think is like one of the best sci-fi series. I'm not a huge fan of like, I don't know, kind of fantastical sci-fi. I'm more a fan of the realistic sci-fi. So this is really, really great. If you're a fan of the anime, this is a little bit different. Just the whole way the series is structured, but you're still going to enjoy this. There's more stuff than the anime had, obviously. and different stuff, different focus on characters. So if you like the cast, if you've seen the show and like the cast, pick up the manga because you do learn more about different characters. And yeah, so hopefully Dark Horse did a really good job with this, and I'm glad to have it now because it was out of print from Tokyo Pop for a long time, and Dark Horse has really done a very, very good re-release. Next are some light novels, again, stuff I got in the sale. So they're actually Viz light novels. I don't know how many people know that they used to do or sometimes do light novels. They did them and then they had a really long break because of obviously they weren't really selling that well. But now that light novels have kind of become more popular, they're starting, stuff with Naruto and Legend of the Legendary Hero. No, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Anyway, they're starting to do light novels again. These are kind of sort of their original stuff, which is Death Note and Other Note, the Los Angeles BB murder cases. This was actually written by Niso-Isun, so if you're a fan of Monogatari, this is one of his earlier works, obviously a spin-off of Death Note. And the second one is L Change the World by M. They're both hardcover, and I've kind of been interested in them for a while, so when they got kind of a cheap release here due to the sale, I got them. I picked them up because I am pretty interested. Yeah, this one has a really interesting cover. As you can see, it's like plasticky. So yeah, looking forward to reading both of those. Not that I expect them to be like phenomenal, but it's, just more interesting stuff. And then finally, this is very big, so I don't know if it'll fit entirely in camera, is Jiro Taniguchi's Guardians of the Louvre. So if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I have a manga, kind of Louvre graphic novel of Rohan Visits the Louvre, which is obviously by Araki. This is this year's release. Rohan was 2012's release, so this one is actually a lot bigger, just height-wise, and I think width-wise as well, from that release. And if you're a fan of Taniguchi, it's pretty typical for his work, just the art style. It's full color, as you can see, and it has a bunch of different chapters in this, and which covers a bunch of different artists, as well as the history of the Louvre. As you can see, the last chapter is very interesting. It's about how what the Louvre actually did, the steps they took to prevent the Nazis from just kind of stealing everything once France was occupied by the Nazis during the Second World War. It's very, very interesting. If you like your history, if you like your Taniguchi, I definitely say pick it up because it's, something unique and probably not a bad investment. And yeah, that's everything. I'll see if I can stack everything. So, quite a bit of Viz stuff, some Dark Horse, Vertical, and yeah, that's all the manga, and I'll just Funimation anime on top as well. So that's everything I got for this month, or first half of the month. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye till then.